know my name. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Welcome to episode 242 of Fourth and Jawn. We are doing the Lions-Eagles post-game pod, and obviously we got a dub. I mean, you got to be excited about getting a dub after what we've seen over the last couple of weeks from this football team. It's been a little bit of a mess, right? You know, we get this dub. Some Eagle fans have been, they better win this week. Some Eagle fans have been saying, we are not going to win this week, Evan. There's also been some Eagle fans that really don't even care what just transpired, but either way, a dub is a dub in the NFL, and what you like to see is them beat the teams on who they have to play with, but you like to see them beat they demolished this Lions football team, a Lions football team that was super up to play Matthew Stafford in the Rams last week. So obviously, they might have just cashed out last week, and this week was their down game, and they took it to them. So overall, you just like the ability that the Eagles ran the football. They ran the football. They got gutsy with it. They brought in guys like Jordan Howard, Boston Scott, two forgottens in the running back group, and they came and showed out. So I mean, the Eagles win 44-6, and here we are. How you guys feeling?
Just as I called it, am I right? I mean, that's pretty much
what
I
I
said was going to happen prior to the game. Right. I mean, the Eagles, honestly, they won Halloween. They wore the greatest costume of all. They looked like a competent football team out there. I was happy. You brought up how you're not exactly overly excited, overly joyed about this win, and I hear where you're coming from, but I'm also coming from the place I like silver linings. I like taking the good out of situations. And you know what? I think this is going to be the best win that we have all year long. Bask in it, guys. This is not a good football team still. We just beat a team that hasn't won a game yet. They beat a trash team. And quite frankly, I feel bad for Detroit fans because I thought Nick Sirianni was bad as a head coach, but Dan Campbell, oh my God, he is potentially the worst head coach in the entire NFL. That was an embarrassing showing for Detroit today, but we did everything that we were supposed to do. We beat a bad team and we absolutely stomped them out. I'm happy from what I saw all across the board, offense and defense. The not getting Kenny Gainwell involved in this game plan really didn't make sense to me, but it worked. It's one of those things that, I mean, Jordan Howard and Boston Scott both got 2 touchdowns today. They got the run game down. So I'm happy with the overall product of what we got.
Yeah. Look, man, we got the W. We needed the W. This is what we called for all week. It was against, one of the worst team in the NFL. 0-7, 0-8 now. Well, I mean, I can't even keep up. But listen, we ended up doing what we were supposed to do. We took advantage of this moment. This is what we needed to go ahead and get our shit together. I'm not saying that we are there, but, it was just the right time. It was definitely the game to go ahead and do it because we're going against, a competitor next week. So hopefully the same game plan that they had is somewhat of the same game plan that we got going into next week as well. 4 rushing touchdowns. I was blown away, man. I mean, come on, We do have a run game. I tweeted and I even added you and Evan. It wasn't even just about kickers and punters. The run game is something too. And I mean, look, we showed it today. We can run the ball. Hope they stick to it because as you can see, we could do some damage and we could go ahead and get some results out of it. So I hope that's that's what they go with going forward. Other than that, I am happy that we got a W. We needed it so we could be in a better, one of those good moves on a Sunday.
I like the new hat, by the way.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Got the throwback Jawn on. I mean, overall, people will get a win like this, and then there'll be Eagle fans that are like, will be bagging on Hurts again. Like, I would like to see. I'd still like to see more from Hurts. I mean, we did get to see something from Uncle Rico stepped in at the end of the game. is what it is. Like, I'm sure the Eagles are like, hey, we'll get some secret reps in here. But it is. I think Jalen Hurts, the legs on Hurts today. I mean, they between Hurts, Scott, and Howard, I felt like they put on a Russian display. But against a defense that was beat up like they were, I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, just take advantage of their weaknesses. I don't know, man.
236 yards is 236 yards, man. And the way that we spread it around, I mean, we had 3 guys that went for over 50 yards. To put up 236 yards and not one guy puts up 100 yards, that's impressive. Any way you slice it, really.
Look at James. He says Howard is a beast. Yeah. Only one penalty. How about that?
Yeah, the discipline today was great, man. I mean, you honestly thought going into that game with the worst team in the NFL was going to be sloppy, just on, and it definitely was sloppy on their end, but you thought kind of the same thing. But hey, look, man, the disciplinary today was definitely on point. 1 penalty, I'll take that.
I mean, what was Sirianni got beat up for the messaging that he displayed last week. Obviously was all over social media. We put our own memes out. People had fun with it. I think the message the writing on the wall was if you guys get embarrassed, someone's losing their job today. And I felt like they played with I'd say urgency. They played with they all look pretty much focused, but I do think that the messaging was clear today. It resonated with the football team. They came together. They rallied around Hurts with the pocket full of shells. Defensively, I like the aggressiveness. I like the way Sweat was out there getting sacks. I mean, even Barnett got a sack. Yes, Ridgeway got a sack. The face that I wanted to see from Jared Goff today was the one I saw today. Like, he looked shook.
Yeah, no, he was absolutely taken out of the game. I loved all of the how stiff we were on 4th down conversions as well. I mean, we really did not break at all across the board on 4th down at any point during the game. We didn't give them any yardage. I was a little bit not disappointed, but there was a kind of just, I wanted the 0 on the scoreboard when the clock struck 0. But, 6 points to our 44. You can't complain about that. Today was a good win. Even Kerrigan got a pressure.
Yeah, I'm with you on the donut. I definitely would have liked to see the donut at the end of the game, but hey, it is what it is, man.
I mean, what about that turnover with the
with Slay?
With Slay, Avante Milote got in there, ripped it out. He's playing in front of his home crowd. Yes, he's excited. And
the broadcast wasn't even back in time for that touchdown. at least on my end. I just came back and Slay was in the end zone. I'm like, what happened?
How about Fox changing games mid-game? I had to go to another game.
I didn't suffer that over here. I'm good over here.
While we're on the topic of the broadcast as well, I mean, Chris Collinsworth used to be my least favorite broadcaster.
Jonathan Vilma, right?
He is the worst, man. I cannot stand that dude. Like the entire broadcast was like, what did he just say? Is he for real right now? Even at one point, he's talking about kids in the hospital. And he's like, oh, they don't get many visitors. Like, you don't know these kids. What are you talking about, Jonathan Vilma?
Yeah, who's the guy that was commentating with him? I forget his name.
I don't even remember. I was so
look at our
yeah.
Well, either way, every game that he's commentated for the Eagles have lost. So
and they brought that up. That was another thing that really made me upset.
Kenny Something is his name.
It was like 24-0 at the time when he said that. He's like, this is still a game.
I think I take Aqib Talib over Vilma. To be honest. Kenny Albert, yes.
Kenny Albert.
And then I started thinking, I was like, man, should we have took that road trip? That would have. But then I'm like, again, what are we going to see in Detroit? Like, there was no.
Got some cool factories.
Yeah.
There was nothing. There was nothing for me. And plus, I was little. I think I was in breakup mode with the Eagles, but I was like, get your shit together mode.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, dude, do you whatever you do this weekend, whatever.
You
know what I'm saying?
You were in that point of the relationship where you were preparing to get hurt. You were preparing for you were softening the blow. You're trying to distance yourself a little bit just so it didn't hurt as bad. Yeah, I got you.
I'm a little spooked out, man. It's Halloween. I know. Prime's got to take the kids out. Prime, what are the kids gonna be for Halloween today?
I got little man as what the heck is the dude? Damn, I can't even.
The costume's upstairs.
No, they're actually out with the moms right now because I'm doing the podcast. They're around the neighborhood.
Guy's dedicated.
I just dressed them up, man. I can't think of the character's name, but my daughter is the little girl off of Decepticles or man, listen, I can't keep up with these names.
Don't put this guy in the bathroom.
Yeah, put me in the bathroom, man. Put me in the bathroom.
No, I mean, are you dressing up too? Or are you dressing up as an Eagle player?
Man. No. I would go old school.
Eagle fan?
Man. I would go old school. They got Scream coming out again, so I brought out my Scream outfit. I'm going Scream again.
Oh, nice.
This guy
with the bloody mask or just the original?
Nah, actually, this is the funny one with the tongue hanging out. Yeah, that one.
Is it Descendants? Joy says
Descendants. Yes, thank you, Joy. Descendants. It's the one with the blue hair. If you can come up with the name, I appreciate you helping me out with that as well.
Yeah, you might want to find that out before you meet up with the kids.
No, I mean, I got it. It's when I'm with them, I'm on point. It's just now I just can't think about it. We're talking Eagles, man. You guys are putting me on the spot with characters, Disney characters. Come on, stop.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think the team is at with with Sirianni right now? I mean, you feel like after a win like today, they're back on the, all right, let's get this back on the road. I mean, you talk about Chargers coming in at home. Are they going to carry off this win and start to stack dubs? That's where is this Eagle team at this point? Because then you got Denver, right? Denver after Chargers.
Yep.
I mean, you stack 3 dubs in a row. I mean, where does that leave you? I mean, that leaves you at we 500 football team.
I was going to say we're 1 win away from being a 500. Or no, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Two wins away. 2 wins away. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, you're right. 2 wins away.
But
I mean, see, like, all right. It was a big. Again, I mentioned it was a big game. We needed it. We needed to go ahead and get all our bullshit out the way and get back on track with how we got to play these plays a whole lot better. So right now, I wouldn't go ahead and make the decision, I can't answer that question right now, Gayle. I would honestly probably be better off answering that question next week against the Chargers. If you go in there with a great game plan and you pull out a W, then we could go ahead and talk to see where Nick Sirianni is. Right now, I mean, he's on the right track. Baby steps.
Yeah.
This is a major baby step.
I agree with Prime. And in the moment right now, I think that this is creating momentum within the locker room. I think it's creating some trust between the players and the coaching staff. But at the same time, you look at our 2 dominating wins that we have this year. That's versus 2 very bad football teams in the Lions and the Falcons. So if you're just looking at that, you see that the Eagles are a team that is capable of beating a bad football team. So I'm not sure that sets the bar very high as far as expectations for this team. You should be able to beat a bad football team, but that doesn't mean you're at least the bottom of the barrel. That means you're at least a step above. So I think, like Prime said, you're taking baby steps in the right direction. That's really the only thing you can do at this point in the season. You dug your hole at 2-5, and now we just chipped away, and we're 1 step closer to 500.
Well, I the thing that I thought prior to this game, I thought this game was the get right game for the Eagles. This is an opportunity to get right. I'm not saying they're fully back to getting right, but this was the opportunity to bring everything back together, get everyone feeling good about themselves a little bit. Mm-hmm. I know Gannon's defense has caught a lot of flack, and if I saw Jared Goff eating up our defense, I would have drove to Detroit myself and had to have a talk with Gannon. But overall, I mean, they shut him down completely. Right now, it's just about building off the positives here. So if we give some positives for today, we'll start with Prime. 3 positives that you saw from the Eagles today.
The defense, we ended up getting as many sacks as we did. The rushing touchdowns, we can run the ball. And then the third one would probably be what I had mentioned was, the disciplinary, the guys being disciplined on the field. One penalty throughout that game. Again, going up against the worst team in the NFL, it could have been real sloppy, but I mean, these guys held their composure and they did their thing. So please, I just hope that they feed off of this and they go into next week with the same attitude.
What about you, Ev?
Well, top of my head right now, it has to be. I absolutely love the game plan as far as the run game today. Just absolutely leaning on the running back core today to get you this win. Jalen Hurts didn't have to do much at all today other than hand the ball off. I really like that. I hope we can continue with that moving forward. Secondly, Dallas Goedert. I mean, Dallas Goedert showed out today in the absence of Zach Ertz. He's traded now. We now need him to step up as the official tight end one. He played really well today. Had some really good catches that he was diving across the sideline, was able to scoop underneath the ball. He did very well today. And I would just have to say the defensive line as a whole. I mean, they were just absolutely breaking through the Lions offensive line, and Jared Goff didn't stand a chance. He had someone in his face. He was getting crushed all day. That's where I would say.
Can I just mention, bro, that we own Jared Goff? I mean, is it safe to assume that? I mean,
for sure.
Whether if it was LA, Detroit, we own him.
And I still stay in the camp of Carson Wentz is the better quarterback in that draft at the top too. Jared Goff is 2-pack of ass.
2-pack of ass. Jared off. I mean, like to imagine getting shipped from Los Angeles to Detroit. The lifestyle change is heavy. I'm sure he's in his feels, but he's got millions of dollars to fly back and forth whenever he needs to. But I feel like the Lion fans are out on Detroit. The Lion fans are out on Jared Goff, and so are the Eagles on Jared Goff. But my positives, I say number one, I guess running the football, especially under center. The emergence of guys like Boston Scott and Jordan Howard, guys who haven't been called upon this season to just step in and do what they did. It was like they've been there, done that, and that's what you want to see moving forward. I think the rise of Dallas Goedert, we have to get in this idea of tight end. He's the tight end one now. There is no Zach Ertz, and that's by trade. But overall, like, you need to feed that man. And I feel off the play action. Goddard can eat, man. You just gotta like focus on this dude. I still want to see more from Jalen Hurts. Overall, it's a great rushing game today. I just feel like the connection between him and Devontae Smith has to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Like that connection hasn't really progressed, and as you can see, like, he had a drop today again.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get this man involved. I thought that first in my third, I guess that first scoring drive where I saw some creativity from Sirianni. The fact that you actually used Jalen Reagor how he should be used, under rounds, runs, get him involved. Man got hurt already, but just the fact that you're using him in that way and using guys, how they should be used. I was with that. Yeah, man. I mean, overall, the negatives aren't there really. They're not really big today. I'm feeling on a scale of 1 to 10 about my Eagles. I'm feeling about a 5.
I was gonna say, you look about a 5 right now. You look like you're feeling like about that. I'm just saying, like, you're not instilling confidence. You're just saying, like, yeah, it was a good win, but yeah,
it was a good win.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have my Eagles hat on, but I didn't have my jersey on during the game.
So
likewise.
See,
Likewise.
See, it was like I got my hat, but I'm not like.
Likewise.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what you got.
So let's take it forward to Philadelphia next week. Let's say, coming off this win, how dominant we were on the run. What is your level of frustration if we just go right back to the same old bullshit of completely eliminating the running game from our game plan? What's your level of frustration?
I'm getting kicked out of the link, bro. I'm getting kicked out of the link. I'm tossing, I'm throwing shit. I'm getting kicked out of the link. I'm calling it right now. Please don't go that bad. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get you, and it's a fear that we have going into next week's game. Do you go back to that game plan that hasn't been working for us? I really hope not, Ev. I mean, but look, we're talking about Nick Sirianni. We don't know. It's a possibility. But it'd be real stupid if he does go into next week's game against LA. Oh, sorry. LA Chargers. And messes it up again. The game plan today was great. Stick with it. I know Miles won't be back till another couple of weeks, but I mean, look, Boston Scott, he's hungry. He looks hungry. Jordan Howard looked good, and yes, we have Gainwell. Not understand where he was at today. I saw he came in towards the end of the game, so not really sure what the situation is there.
He ended up actually getting more carries than anybody in garbage time.
Yeah,
he had 13 attempts today.
Who's
Howard Gainwell did. Gainwell
Yeah.
had 13 attempts today with 27 yards. Boston Scott and Jordan Howard both had 12 attempts.
Yeah, Boston looked real good today, though, man. Just seeing him giving him the rock. There were still some plays that I felt like that. I see that the RPO ended up happening, but like I wish Jalen would have just made a better move and handing Boston the ball instead of going out running for the yardage and everything. There were some ones that he ended up getting away, but again, this was against the worst team of the NFL. I don't see that happening against better defenses that we're going to be going up against in the next couple of weeks. So, I hope to God these guys could just stick to this style of game plan and, go with it next week so that way we could pull off the W.
I got a stat for you guys. Hold on. If I told you that we were going into today and we were going to have 46 rushing attempts to 16 passing attempts, would you have called me fucking crazy? Because I could never imagine that out of this.
Probably
team.
crazy. I was like, somebody put some poison in your candy because Eagle fans have been calling for the Eagles to run the ball. We got a heavy dose of run the ball, and again, like is this as excited as I am about it? I do know that the Lions defense and the way their defense is set up wasn't going to do well against the run, but the fact that they stuck to it, and this is really what I want to see. Like, I want to see moving forward. I want to see Boston Scott and see more Howard, see those guys and see how they're effective. Because if you look at both their games, they're widely different.
Yeah.
If you can get the bruiser and Howard up the middle, gain you 4 yards, and then get some wiggle with Boston Scott, you can't even see that dude. I mean, it's a nice change of pace between both of their styles. I felt like overall, I was very happy to see what they did. And now just moving forward, I just need to see more creativity.
And honestly, like I'm, obviously very happy about this win, but just looking at what this Lions team is as a whole, they're already making themselves one-dimensional before they even go into this game. I mean, their wide receiver core, with the exception of TJ Hawkinson,
Allison was out. You had Amon St. Brown and Quentin Cephas.
It's nothing special, man. And so, like, it was all
TJ Hawkinson.
It was, and like I was about to say how our secondary was really keeping the wide receivers in check, but this is not by any means an elite wide receiver core. TJ Hawkinson's the only threat through the air.
I think he's all smoked out now that he's in Detroit. He's like, yo, I can't. I need to smoke as much Chiba to get me through this season, because at least he's getting his touches. I mean, Jamal Williams was out of the game. He was out of the game. I mean, it was very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's wild, though.
Again, baby steps, man. You just got to build off of it. I get
it. Nobody should be upset right now. Like, there should be no like feelings of, oh, well, why couldn't they do this the other week? They did it this week because the Lions are trash, man. That's why it is what it is. I mean, let's just hope we can use this as momentum.
Yeah, I mean, that's you build off this. You know, like you hopefully, they defensively, Well, I mean, the other thing that we saw today, prior to the game, Eric Wilson was out, healthy scratch.
Interesting.
So, Albert Breer had his report out earlier in the week that Singleton and Wilson were both being dangled, as along with Andre Dillard. Mm-hmm. The Browns also lost the right tackle today. It was carted off. But I'm hearing that Wilson is out there being dangled. So, and if that trade happens, I mean, because you're thinking like at least he'd be on special teams. There's no way he should be a healthy scratch. He's not. You know what I mean? So
That definitely kind of smells like a potential trade could be in order there. I mean, if you have a healthy scratch and an already depleted linebacker core, it's not like we really needed him today, but that going into the game, you don't know that that's going to be the outcome.
Mm. Yeah. So we're coming home next week. We will be having a tailgate for those who are planning to tailgate down at the link. Should be a good time. Hopefully the weather should be good. I'm kind of geeked to get back to a home game and home atmosphere. Now we're just banking on the home W because the Eagles right now have not won a home game, and we are in. Come on, man, November. It's gonna be November, and you don't have a win at the link. Because I think this could be the reason why Eagle fans feel the way that they do feel.
Yeah,
there hasn't been a win at Lincoln Financial Field this season.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah. The Eagles fans travel better than anybody, and some of the fans that have been, going on these trips, us included. This is the first away game the Eagles were able to win without us. But the fact that all these Eagles fans are going, and the Eagles fans from other cities, they're getting their wins. The fact that the homegrown Philadelphia Eagles fans that are out there, season ticket holders, that they're not cashing in on any wins yet this year. I understand the frustration from this fan base and why everyone feels so bittersweet.
So let me ask you a question, man. We pull off this W next week at the link, get our first win at our home stadium. Are we going to keep the momentum going? Are we booking Denver? Are we going to Denver? We're 2-0. We're 2-0.
Hey, I started looking. I was looking at flights. I was looking at flight, my guy.
All right.
Ev, do you have to call your job ahead of time?
I would definitely. I mean, they would probably want to know if I'm not going to be around.
I mean, that would be a nice trip.
This is only about our third trip, but Gayle still asks the same questions. You know what I mean? You got to excuse him, bro.
Yeah, I still would like a job when I come back, so that'd be cool.
Hey, congratulations on your win, Evan, but you've been fired. Okay. Thanks. Oh, Kyle's out here asking questions. Why don't people just spy Hurts? Just make the guy roll to his left. I mean,
and Gayle, that's something you've brought up.
Good defenses. We'll start doing this.
You've brought that up, and that was something I was really keying in on today. Is Jalen Hurts rolling out to the left, and he's not the same guy if he's either in the pocket or rolling out to the right. Him rolling out to the left and like having to throw across his body is a serious issue. He needs to work on that.
Bro, he had that one play to Watkins, man. It was a small dump off pass, but I mean, how he stayed in the pocket, how confident he looked was probably the best I've seen all year. And I tweeted it out. Like, I mean, that was your moment right there. If you never had the confidence in yourself, that was the one to go ahead and build off of. Because I mean, like, he just stood there. The line gave him time, and then he ended up passing that ball right to Watkins, and it was perfect. And that's what he needs, man. He needs that confidence in himself.
I think the confidence. I think they always say a young quarterback's best friend should be their tight end. Yep. I really need him and Goddard to be like, hey. Let's go out and let's go out with a bang, man. Me and you, like, we're both trying to make names for ourselves. Let's like build on that connection, So in that first couple drive, like where he missed, it was like a 3rd and 5 where he rolled out. I thought he missed Goddard, who was open, and people were like, "Oh, you're trying to." I was like, "No, I'm watching what I'm seeing." Like,
yeah,
I went back and watched I rewinded it like 10 times. You just got to start hitting your guys that are open. It is what it is. I mean, we're all just evaluating, but other than that, I mean, Keith brings up we brought out a trick play today.
That is true. True.
Anyone fired up about that? No, didn't do anything for anyone.
I mean, I think it was a waste of a trick play. We could have used that time. We could have used it more, but
I totally agree.
Now, Will says, we all needed this win bad. Happy to have it in a week of trade talks to come. Hopefully everyone's favorites are still around at season's end. I know there's Fletcher Cox talk. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Dillard, there's a lot of talk about Dillard being moved. I heard a lot of Wilson so far.
Yeah.
And, Key, I heard OBJ's being out there. A lot of teams are calling for OBJ out there.
Washed, man. Yeah, he hasn't been the same guy since he left New York.
Maybe he needs to come back to this division, bro. You never know.
Imagine that, having to root for OBJ. Like, you get an OBJ. Like, what? Like, I mean, we just now we add a wide receiver. We just lost Jawn with the ankle injury, and Rager went out.
Yeah.
With both of them.
Yeah,
went with ankle injuries. So
basically, we lost one wide receiver.
Wow. Levels to this.
So
levels to this.
How big do you think Nick Sirianni's head is right now, as he is after all the trash we talked? This do you think he's going to come in level-headed this week, or you think he's going to be like, I told you that water in your flowers and water in your plants, that's the key to a successful football team?
The minute he starts talking about flowers, I'm turning off the channel, bro. I'm done.
I just feel like him as a coach, he has to know now. Like, bro, if you come out here with weak sauce, Philly fans will sweep that right up. Like, they're like, no, we're sweeping the leg on that. Like, first time I heard it, I was like, he's gonna get killed for this.
I know, but Gayle, you've met
a lot of people.
You've met a lot of people. You know that a lot of corny people don't realize they're corny. You know what I mean? Like, it's the truth. Like,
but
you can't see the corniness unless they can't see it in the mirror.
Well, someone else has to tell them. This is the self-awareness level. Like, we need to get that to like 99. Not, it's right now it's about around like a 58. Like, we need to be self-aware of how we're being looked at. Like, you're wearing a Beat Dallas shirt. You're out here talking about, and again, we're talking about that messaging could be great inside the locker room. The media and the fans don't need, like, you don't got to sell us. You got to sell your players.
Exactly.
That story and everything, they could definitely eat that up and understand what he's trying to get at. But we don't need to hear that. That's And as soon as he said it, I was like, he's gonna get killed for this. And then he got killed for it. And here we are making memes. And here we are. It is what it is. So I just feel there's, that quiet confidence that you want to see in a head coach sometimes.
Yeah,
I need to see that.
That's what I mean, like how Belichick has. I'm not saying you need to be Belichick, but like the humbleness works.
I mean, he's a serial. Like, you look at Bill Belichick, he looks like a serial killer sometimes. Like, this guy, cut off sleeves, only mumbles 3 words, and it's like, it is what it is. Like,
he's intimidating.
Yeah. I don't need you to motivate me. Motivate the team. I don't care. Well, I mean, we definitely.
What if he comes in with his own T-shirt, him as something flower related?
Hey, if he trolled us, if he got this team into the playoffs and trolled us with a flower T-shirt, I would love
totally
it.
Fine. Yeah,
I would love the pettiness.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm with it.
Yep.
Because he took the challenge, it took it home. I think Prime he's going to take the challenge today, and he's going to go out there and hit the streets with the kids.
Yeah.
We appreciate him being a man of the people out there. Mm-hmm. So I just think you just need to learn what your children are wearing, their costumes.
I got it, man. It's Prince Charming, man. My bad. It was Prince Charming. Little man right here. I'm looking at little man right now. He's all dressed up. While you keep on going, let me see if I can shoot you this photo real quick and see if you can throw it up.
Okay. Email that to me. Email it to me.
It's too damn cute to not show, man. Give me 1 minute. But go ahead.
Julio's calling out Evan. He said, "Told you we were winning, Evan."
I'm fine with that. I love being wrong in this respect.
And he said, "I told you Sweat would have 2 great momentum. We need to win out. They play like this, and Gannon makes calls like that." Yes, sir. Okay, Julio Jones in the comments. Joyce says, "All we got is these metaphors. That's all we got. That's all we need." Mark says, "We all have that friend that thinks he's witty or funny, but isn't one bit. That's our coach."
Bingo, Mark. Bingo. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, Eb talked to the pandering with those T-shirts early on, right?
I did.
And
I
Evan,
smell corny a mile away.
Evan,
Yo, he's killing that, Corey. I haven't heard it in years, and you're like making it up for something.
Ev being the millennial on the podcast, they hone in on things.
It's true. It's
You know, they're like, hey man, they're trying to sell me on some shit, man. I'm not working for free over here, man.
That's right.
Hey, Prime, you sent that already?
Yeah, I just sent it to you.
Let me talk amongst yourselves. Why don't you? Oh, here we go. Oh, look at this guy, man. This guy.
I tell you,
this
man,
guy is
Prince Charming. He's killing it, bro.
this guy, man. Listen, if this kid don't get all the candy on the block, I don't know what's the. All right, well, while we're here, worst Halloween candy.
Worst Halloween candy.
Almond Joys. Can we say that?
Yeah, that's a fair one. I'm gonna go.
What?
Are you?
I'm gonna go
Are
with
you
the
serious?
Are y'all serious?
Almond Joy is
trash,
bro.
trash.
Oh my god, used to, bro. Are y'all serious?
Mounds is better than Almond Joy, man.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah. Nah, you're crazy.
Yeah, the friend. I think the friendship just ended, bro.
Circus peanuts. If you're giving out circus peanuts, that's some
bad.
Weird shit, man. That's worse than handing out raisins.
That's worse than Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with
candy corn is bad, Moira.
Here we go with the Prince Charming here. Look at this.
Oh. Yeah,
he's out here killing the streets.
Killing it, bro. I'm telling you, killing it. Now I gotta go get a pillow. Now I gotta go get a pillowcase. Forget the buckets. I gotta go get a pillowcase with all the candy he's about to get.
Yeah, you're not out there walking with royalty right now, man.
Oh man, do you see the crown? Like, I mean, that thing's just staying on. Like,
Regal.
He could be a beetle. No, looks
Yeah.
like he got a beetle outfit.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you?
What is Prince Charming, by the way? I'm not up to date on my little kid shows.
He's from he's from like
one of the
Disney movies with the princesses.
Come on, man. We're Nickelodeon.
Is he Cinderella's dude?
We're team Nickelodeon over here. We're team Nickelodeon. We don't even talk. We don't even say the word Disney. I don't even know what that is. You're talking to a wall here. Talking to a wall. Worst Hollywood candies. Joyce says jelly beans.
Jelly beans, yeah. Jelly beans can be all right. Depends on the ones. Black licorice ones are ass. Moira, I agree with you. Black licorice and candy corn.
If we were going to call the Philadelphia Eagles a Hollywood Halloween candy today, what would they be?
Today, or what they have been the whole year?
No, today.
They were a nice Reese's cup today.
Smarties.
Smarties. I like that. Smarties.
Smarties. My bad. Smarties.
I would say jawbreakers because today they ran the ball and they broke the will of the Lions today.
I like.
You know what I mean?
I like
jawbreakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about? Did you see their embrace after the game? Prior to the game?
Yeah.
They went for the handshake hug.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, it looked like Deuce just gave that stiff, like.
But then Howie came up with the two hands on the shoulders, and that's when Deuce was like, "Don't touch my shoulders, guys.
Don't get away from me."
He's like, Thomas says sour. Tomas is sour.
I think he was referring to this.
Oh, okay.
Sour Patch Kids.
Yes.
Moira's saying Warheads. Warheads are one of my all-time favorite candies. They are fantastic.
Julio says Smarties. I could dig it. Hey man, hey, after this show, you know what?
I eat my Kit Kats 2 at a time.
Oh, see, I was digging this one here too because I didn't know everyone would get full-size candy bar from the rich neighborhoods. You stroll in the rich neighborhoods and they give you a whole big size like Hershey bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With like $20.
Yeah.
Those
and like
days, man.
And they pay for like your student loans off and stuff like that.
Yeah, those houses are the best.
Like here's a scholarship in a Hershey bar.
Where's this neighborhood?
Right. Yeah, I mean overall I'm feeling good about moving into the next game. You got a W on your record. You're 3-5. You got an opportunity to get your first W at home. We have a home tailgate. Shout out to Conchi, and shout out to Conchi with their tomato pie.
Oh,
They're
killing
fertilizing tomato pie. Very, very hilarious. I don't know where Tina came up with that. That was great.
Mhm.
Shout out to Bud Light for sponsoring the tailgate. But overall, I mean, should be a good vibe. Hopefully, we get good weather. Hopefully, Evan is not on the IR. The cheesesteaks are very important these days.
Of course.
So make sure your hands are good.
Hands are fine.
Moistened.
All good.
Yeah.
Good to go, bro. I'm ready to serve the people.
We'll go with our last word. We'll go with you, Prime. Last word.
Listen to the kids out there about to go trick or treating. Like, I'm about to be careful out there, have a good time. Parents, enjoy this Eagles win. I know it's not against the greatest team, but hey, it's a W. We needed it. We needed to get some good vibes going into the rest of the season. And hopefully Nick Sirianni decides to stick with this game plan. I think it was utilized the right way. It was a perfect time. This is the game that we needed to take advantage of it, and we did. So hopefully we stick with it. Other than that, go Birds.
Yeah, last word.
Bask in the win, guys. Like I said at the top of the show, this is going to be the best win we get all year. This was an absolute beatdown today. Enjoy it. Enjoy this win. This is not a great football team this Eagles team has. Like I said, the only two dominating wins we've had has been against poor teams. So while this was a great win today, let's just keep on hoping that we can keep the momentum. Other than that, I have to go finish putting razor blades in the candy.
This psycho there. Hey, I mean, as much as you say that this game is the best game of the year, I mean, even how bad the Carolina game was set up, catching a dub and leaving there with the dub, that to me that was the best game for me this season. I had a great time.
Yeah, that was
Atlanta was a great time too. So either or, I'll take that Atlanta game over this one. But
I was talking about score difference.
Hey, well, I don't think you should be talking because you're a psycho. I don't want you touching my candy. I don't want you around my neighborhoods. But overall, man, for me and the guys, we will see you shortly. We should have another pod out before the end of the week, but we will see you guys shortly. Enjoy the dub, enjoy Halloween, and go Birds.
Go Birds.